And we are live. Welcome to JT and That Other Guy, episode 15. I am JT, and of course we have Ivan Miranda, the other guy.
Hi.
How are you, Ivan?
Hello. I'm fine. I just told you before that I'm fine. I'm lacking a bit of sleep, but still fine. Still fine. That won't stop me.
Well, you don't need as much sleep when you have less facial hair.
You mean that half of my sleep is for my beard?
Yes, correct.
So when I don't have one, I don't. Okay.
That's the one.
I'm not sure if that's how it works.
No? Ah, okay. Well, that's why I go scruffy. So I need only a little bit less sleep.
A little bit.
All right, let's see who's in the chat today. We have Brian Vines, but I think he's doing the kiddie run this morning. We have Thierry. How are you guys? Wellbot is here. Nuru.
In the house.
First time viewer Nuru or Naru. I'm not quite sure of pronunciation. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
Please send us a clip
phonetic spelling.
Saying your name on Twitter.
Yeah.
We will put it live the next week.
Yeah. What else we got? There's some dude named Ivan Miranda in the chat. Let's see.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'll block him. He sounds like a troublemaker. German 3D printing nerd. How are you?
Yay!
Welcome.
Hallo, guten Tag.
Yes, guten Tag. Now,
alles gut?
Wellbot's still in the wars. What do you got today, buddy? Shoulder, I think he said.
Shoulder?
Yeah, we'll do the mandatory. We'll do the mandatory 10 seconds.
Tick tack, tick tack, tick tack. I will put my own chat in here, so I can read. You are moving it too fast.
Neuro.
Yes, who has to pay for the stream?
Yeah.
Who was the third one?
No one wants to be the third person.
No, but I'm pretty sure that the second one knows who was the third one. So.
Credit card details. Oh, that's it. That's squirrel for today. I tell you, that's total squirrel.
Squirrel.
Let me turn my phone down because I keep getting distracted by tweets and notifications.
Why not? You can read them.
I'm a bloke. I can't multitask. That's for sure.
Yes.
I can do one thing well, and I can do two things terribly. And there's no such thing as multitasking. It's distributive processing. A bit of this, a bit of that.
You have to switch tasks.
Correct.
Yes.
Exactly right. Anyway. So yes, Wellbot slept funny and put his shoulder out again. Well, that doesn't sound funny at all.
No, it doesn't sound funny.
No. Okay.
But I think if it is that easy to put your shoulder out, it has to be easier to put it back in, right?
Yes. Makes a bit of sense. So all he has to do is run up to a wall and crunch the wall.
Like it was
Mel Gibson
in
yes.
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, correct. And anybody that doesn't know that reference, you're too young.
Yes.
Or you haven't watched old films. I see old 80s.
I've seen them several times.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Last week you put out a challenge. There was one correct entrant. One.
Only one.
Yes.
He has been very active.
And
very insistent.
It was Wellbot. Have a look at this.
Yeah, the winner of this week's challenge.
And gets you nothing. Wellbot. Look at his 100mm cylinder.
How thick was that? Wellbot?
0.5 millimeters.
No, nobody can compete with that. I was thinking on doing like switching the nozzle of one of my printers to a 0.8 nozzle or something like that, and going straight up extruding.
So someone actually, I think it was Thierry who actually suggested exactly that.
But He has done 0.5. That's almost the width of my current nozzles. That's impossible to beat.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just switch screens for a sec. Actually, I'll put it on you, Ivan only, because I just have to look around. Tell someone something funny. There's nothing in the background. Good, I can't see anything. I do like your overhead lighting. The one.
Yes. I needed a little bit more red. I'm finishing the blueprints of the setup of the workshop. I will have a closed space inside here because this thing is huge. This thing will allow me to make a closed space in here. But I'm trying to balance all the crazy stuff that I want to do with how much money can I spend on that. It's going to be a reimbursed money because having that thing running, that's really expensive.
Yeah. So what I'm actually talking about, his lighting, is in fact his heater. He has a couple of them. There's one in the background as well because obviously a large space like that takes a little bit of effort. What's the temperature now?
Oh, it's not too hot, too cold. Now it says 18 degrees in here, but if I switch big button, the radiator is hitting on the sensor. I reckon that it has to be like 14 or 15.
So
if I
14 or 15, yep.
If I stay put like here, if I sit for a long time, I get really cold, and I don't like that. So
do your ankles get cold? My ankles get cold.
I have two heaters in one side of the
okay.
The smaller ones.
Spike, welcome. Right, so
Hey.
it's 12:40 a.m. So 20 minutes to 1.
Yes. Come on, those Australians with their fancy springs in the other side of the globe.
That's because we're coming up to summer and today was a bloody hot day. Nothing like what Queensland and Wellbot have been dealing with. It's been mid-30s, I believe, this week. But it's been pretty warm.
Have you seen the fires in California?
I have, and it's very sad. There's been so many deaths and so much property loss and damage.
Yeah, I can, but how can they need to do something about that? Because it doesn't seem to be like a one-off. It seems that it has been happening for a long time, but this one is especially bad.
Have
you seen
the magnitude of the events is getting more significant?
Yeah, have you seen William Mossman's Instagram post? Do you follow him on Instagram?
No, I don't. No.
Because he did post a view of smoke near what seems to be his house.
His old house?
No, his new house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Can you if you have the time, you have to go and read the comments on that post.
I will.
Because
absolutely.
people has been compassionate, but also really funny with the thing that he might
lose his house again.
Yeah, pick your lesson and run. But I think he doesn't have a laser now.
Okay, fair enough.
Twice.
Yeah, that would not be ideal. Thierry's saying that it's negative Australia degrees here in Canada, so it's minus 20 there, or minus whatever, near enough. So yes.
I want to move to Canada.
Early last week was 36 to 40 degrees for Wellbot.
Come on.
I think 38 is 100, 37 or 38.
The hottest that I've ever been has been like, I think, 42.2 during a heat wave in Austria. I was in Vienna with my wife. It was the hottest. They did beat the temperature record there that summer. 42.2.
40.2. I was married on a rooftop, 43 degrees, and wearing a suit, of course, right?
Oh,
my God. Black,
oh,
yes, of course. There's pictures and there's sweat dripping off my chin, dripping off the end, where I'm signing the papers. There's sweat everywhere. So, anyway, not to worry.
That's because where you are from is a hot place. Where I'm from is a rainy place, and the day that I got married, it rained like hell. And my wife and I don't remember it as a very rainy day, but all the guests and everybody says that it was raining like crazy.
Yeah, because you were busy. You were caught up in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, and people takes care of you not getting wet, or they take you from one place to the other. But the rest of the people have to go in the bus and the.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chris Riley, welcome. Now, see now Chris Riley is on Twitter. Do you know Chris Riley? Chris's Basement? Do you know of? You may not, but it's okay. But he's pushed back on Twitter for a long time. But
Why?
I don't know, personal choice. But this month he caved.
Okay. He wasn't on Twitter. Oh, okay.
He was not on Twitter, and now he is. So he may have got my tweet saying that we were starting shortly.
I don't think it's
good morning,
necessary
Chris.
to be on Twitter, but good morning. Where is he from?
Must be. I'm assuming it's East Coast. I want to say Kansas, but I don't want to be wrong. Anyway, I've said it now.
I can try and guess.
You could go to his Twitter handle, Chris Riley 3D, and you could click on his name, and it might say where he's from. It might.
It might.
Yes, it might.
Might not.
All right, what's been happening in your world? Oh, hang on. Sorry, more picks. Sorry, before I get onto that, let me switch. So. Wellbot was the winner. That's it. Done. Wellbot was the winner.
Yes.
Now this was one of Thierry's. Oh, there you go. Kansas City. I've got a bit of a memory. All right. So this is a cheating, non-freestanding. This is where I had to apply some rules. We think this is close to 100 millimeters, but it's a single thread, so we don't really think it's a cylinder.
But no.
I know it is. Calipers? I know it's a cylinder.
Where are the calipers?
Yes, that's right. It failed straight away. All right. So this was his next attempt. Oops, sorry, wrong window.
Drum roll.
Yeah, drum roll. That one. This one was cute. Now he wasn't quite sure how he got that one, I don't think, but he was trying to do some funny things with Cura. So Thierry, can you let me read? Let me actually read what you wrote. Failed attempt, but not sure learning. Manipulating slicing. That was interesting. Yeah. I can make a perfect spiral in Tinkercad. Let's not bring up Tinkercad.
I will if you don't.
Yeah. No, I will too. I actually have something to say. All right. So back to us. Yes. So that they were the entrants. I only printed a couple of things this week, and I completely blanked on the 100 millimeter test.
Yeah, I have my printers haven't stopped because as you might have seen the teaser on Patreon.
Yes.
I have to print a lot of parts that are all the same.
Correct.
Over and over, so they are going non-stop.
Okay.
For an incoming project.
Incoming project. Ah.
Incoming project.
All right.
And I have. Let me show you.
Yeah,
I should have.
I'll put you only.
Cable of the.
Yeah, I'm going to you only.
Me only. Wait for me only because I have to untie the.
Okay, stopping.
You might even lose me for a bit because.
Oh, you're going to unplug your network cable and go Wi-Fi. Yeah. This is.
I will unplug the camera.
Oh, okay. He's unplugging the camera.
Because I have the.
Oh, g'day, Red Light. How are you?
This is like one of those. I think it's Finland channels where they have a train going for 8 hours straight, or like water running or something like that. You can watch me and tie knots on my cables for.
Except we can't see you because we've lost the video. So.
You've lost it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing myself and you cannot see me.
We cannot see you. So the Skype, you'll have to choose
now?
your Skype.
Can
No,
you see me
not
now?
yet. Not yet. I'll tell you when. There we go.
Now.
I know what that is.
They've sent me, the Matter Hacker sent me this one. And do you remember that a couple of months ago I ran a few polls and I asked for things that a 3D printer has to have on Twitter?
Yes.
David put all of them in here, like Bontech extruder.
Yes.
Ruby Nozzle,
Yep.
detection, E3D extruder, induction set detection.
So
sensors.
was that a BL touch, a genuine BL touch on the?
I don't think so. It put something like orbit on it, something like that. Can you see it?
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't know how that works because there is. It doesn't have a switch or something like that, right? The BL touch.
Well, it's got the.
How does it work?
No, it's got the probe, but the newer one has a plastic probe.
This one is plastic.
The actual pointer.
Yeah, the pointer is plastic.
Well, the new BL touch is plastic also.
But it doesn't say.
I understand. I know it says orbit. I heard that and I got that. But it's Matter Hackers branded. That's got their M on it. Yeah. Here, let me put you. That's a Matter Hackers rebrand. It could be a BL touch because that looks exactly like a BL touch.
It could be, yes.
I'm not saying it's not. What? Yeah. Okay. So Bontech.
I'm gonna try to print with this.
Whose is this one? Is that
Printer Pro?
Okay. Yep. That was a silly question, actually.
Carbon fiber 20.
Okay. So that's why you need the Ruby nozzle.
Oh yes. Yes. I'm really wanting to see how strong carbon fiber parts are.
Okay.
I really want to know, because it doesn't seem easy to print with that stuff. The filament is really it has a texture to it.
Yeah. It's the fibers. Funnily enough. Anyone in the chat printed with carbon fiber before? Mandatory pause. While we're doing that, I'll queue up the next thing.
Yes. Mine has one that says BL touch. Chris Riley says. It could be. I don't know. They might have gotten to an agreement with BL touch to rebrand the.
Yeah, maybe. Wellbot, with his sharp wit, is asking if they've come out with carbon fiber resin yet.
I think that there is something similar, because I've seen another kind of carbon fiber printing other than this one. This one, the carbon fiber is on the filament. I don't know if there are strands on it or are parts of carbon fiber. But I've seen ones where you put regular filament and a strand of carbon fiber in it, and you print with that.
Oh, okay. So
you have seen
it mixes, so to speak.
Yes, but that way the strands of carbon fiber are entire strands.
Continuous. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that gives it a little bit more strength. And I know that you can print with resin already. There are printers that can do FDM with resin.
Oh, we actually were joking about that, using Wellbot's filament through an FDM printer.
But I don't think...
We were joking that he could make resin filament and then we would try and stuff it through a nozzle just to see what would happen. And Poke on Nerdspace said he'd try it. I said, does anyone want to try it? And Poke on replied, inverted commas, slowly puts up hand. So he's game for anything.
Yeah, that's not a thermoplastic, so I think it will not melt with heat.
Correct. That was my thought as well. But anyway.
Anyway,
Chris Riley has done robo-branded carbon fibre with a brass nozzle. Did you do much, and did the brass nozzle eat itself fairly quickly? Would be my question.
I have seen.
You have seen?
Sorry.
Go, yeah.
That I've seen somewhere, and I should have done something with it. But there is, do you know the black belt printer?
Yes.
Well, I've seen one black belt style printer, but with resin.
Oh, really? So
Yes,
continuous resin printer.
Yes, but I don't remember where. Like there were, I think it was kind of an ad or something like that. There were some mesh cubes going out of the printer.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
All right.
I'll have to look for it.
Have you seen, not that this is more of a segue than anything else, have you seen the injected into gel printing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Where they deposit the resin in a gel that has the same density as the resin. So once it's deposited, the resin doesn't tend to go nor upwards nor downwards.
Yeah.
So it stays in. Yes.
Yeah. That's what made me think about how else you could possibly do a sort of floating sort of matrix cube thing. Anyway, I was just thinking out loud.
Yeah, but the principle of an FDM printer or a resin printer with a belt, I think it's exactly the same. You tilt the bed and
the belt would have to be at an angle in the vat.
Yes.
I'll have to look it up. I'll look it up.
The only thing that you need in touch with the vat is one of the corners.
Yeah.
And then the bed doing like this.
Yeah.
So once you start moving like this, the part gets further from the vat, and you can print like in that direction.
Yeah. And then it falls off the end and smashes.
To pieces because it's resin.
Correct.
Yes.
Smashes into pieces. Exactly right.
Yes.
All right. Our mate Bashis was doing just some random stuff, and he was watching us at the time, as he always does. He was making a mold. Remember recently they were doing Tide pods? Idiots in a certain country were eating, Tide pods. So he made a silicon mold of Tide pods, and he's making chocolates in the shape of Tide pods. But after I commented, oh, that's really awesome, time for a JTOG. So he was actually watching us at the same time.
Okay.
Anyway, there you go.
Oh, cool. That's
so it's good, all good.
How many people do you think that took their, how do you say, scandalized? No. How many brought their hands to their heads when they saw what he's doing?
Oh, who knows? But
like,
it's at least this one is edible.
Oh yes. They will say now the kids are going to try to eat the Tide Pods again or something like that.
Yeah, well, no. Buy my merch. Please buy my merch, and you can have all the chocolate ones you want. G'day Brian. G'day Ricky Tanner. Tom Jackson. Hello. How was your fireworks extravaganza, Filament Frenzy? How'd that go for you?
You know everything. I don't know. What happened?
Filament Frenzy does fireworks for a job. He's a pyrotechnician, right? And with some of the Guy Fawkes night, and there you go. It was awesome. Can't wait to do it again. So they've got some events coming up, or had come up, and so there's a lot of activity going. So he's going to be busy for the next little while.
Where is he from?
England.
Did he do the Colin Firth fireworks that he did last time?
Oh, that's actually a really
You know
good.
that
Yeah.
he
For his 3 million subs, or I,
6 million, I
oh,
think, or
the last one I saw of Colin was like 3 million, where he had all the rockets on a spinning wheel,
yes, in
merry-go,
Austria, yes.
whatever. Yeah. Um, but I just, I'm subbed to
Uh,
200 channels. I can't watch all of them.
yeah. Colin is either really, he knows very well what he's doing, or he is really, really lucky.
No, he knows.
It has to be that.
You can't be that lucky to not have lost fingers, eyes, whatever.
But you know, he did the belt with the knives. Did you see that?
If it was in the
Like
last, if it was in the
he
last
did
year, probably not.
a belt around his waist with knives pointing outwards,
Right.
spinning like hell around his waist. Like if he lowered his fingers, he would have lost them.
Really?
So he could, yes, so he could chop salad.
Ah, okay. As you do.
And he hurt one of his fingers.
Yeah.
But not with the knives, but with one giant sheet of steel that he was going to cut. Like he bumped with something and he hurt his finger.
Ah, okay.
Not with the knives.
No, not the knives. It's always the other
Not
things.
the knives.
I was. Go on.
I could build something like that, but I could not try it.
No.
No.
I'd be afraid of my bits.
Oh yes.
I was fortunate enough to catch a Tanner 3D stream the other day, not for very long, maybe half an hour. He was doing some modelling in Fusion 360. This was not long after the Tinkercad gate, so that's not why I jumped on the stream. I was available and I saw the notification, but oh, it was a Blender, was it? Oh well, there you go. See, I don't even know. It was Blender. See?
It's not the same.
I know nothing.
But you know enough of everything.
I know, yeah, well, I'm like Japman. Jack of all trades, master of none. Did everybody know that that's what Japman stands for?
What?
Japman on Twitter is Jack all trades, master none. That's what Japman stands for.
Ah!
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's in his bio. I think it's in his bio.
Maybe, but you know, squirrel.
Squirrel, yeah, totally.
Stuff goes really fast.
I haven't seen a good squirrel anything this week. Something that I did have to do this week was copy a large hard drive. I know this is not specific to what we're talking about, okay?
Yes.
But I had the requirement to copy a 2 terabyte hard drive to a 3 terabyte hard drive, and the 2 terabytes was basically full, and it was going to take 14 hours or some shit like that. So someone suggested, Patrick Olson suggested, that I needed one of these, and this is a disk duplicator for SATA drives. And that reminded me that I have one.
Oh.
Right? So there's the SATA ports there.
That's
and
16 by 2 rows.
Yeah. So
LCD.
The problem I had was it recognized the 2 terabyte drive, but it didn't recognize the 3 terabyte drive. It's so old, it doesn't know what a 3 terabyte drive is. So anyway, so I did a 1 terabyte SSD to another 1 terabyte SSD just to verify its operation, and what took 16 hours, I think, of the actual hard drive copy on my Mac using Disk Utility, a 1 terabyte drive was saying 5.25 hours using the disk duplicator, and it was within I think about 5 or 10 minutes, which is pretty good. So there's finished, la-di-da. But yeah, in case you didn't know, there are such things as standalone disk duplicators.
I have one, but I use it to read the drives connected to USB, through USB to my computer.
Okay. Oops.
Which remembers me that I have one broken hard drive connected to that one
Oh,
that
okay.
I should use. Yes.
You can technically also use it as a RAID connector, because you've got a single connector with 2 drives. You could do a software RAID if you really, really, really wanted to. But, you know, probably not, is what I'm hearing from you.
No, I'm thinking. No, I was thinking that I have an issue that I have a Mac Mini and a MacBook Air, and I don't want to use. I want to have only one computer. I
Right.
can. And I was thinking on using that to copy that. It makes no sense in my head now. Forget about it.
No, put one of them. Put the Mac Mini in target mode. What are you trying to do?
What?
No, what are you trying to do exactly?
I want to use only one of the two.
So what do you want to do with the data?
Nothing. I have to do nothing because I will not bring the hard drive with me on the laptop. So
Okay.
I have to do nothing.
All right. Okay.
Yes. I have to stop thinking.
Don't think. Spike. I used to have a multi-drive duplicator, 1 to 8. Wow, they're expensive. Is this when you were in the pirating business?
What?
Spike had a 1 to 8 duplicator. So one source, 8
1 to 8.
eight duplications.
Yes. What would that be for?
I don't know, but I did suggest it was piracy, and we've got a lol from Spike and a yar from Wellbot. Yeah. Making mixtape for all the girls. Corporate, yes, that does actually make sense.
Yes.
It's pretty much the only acceptable answer on friendly stream. Corporate piracy.
Corporate pie. Yeah, like distributing Oracle software or something like that.
Yeah, fair enough. Another interesting thing I saw only today, actually. This blew my mind. Again, not relevant to what we normally talk about. Have a look at this thing.
Well, you know that with this thing you managed to do 2 things.
What's that?
You gave me an idea for my future workshop.
Yep.
Inside
I was thinking your mezzanine. Yeah.
Yes, and I went through the rabbit hole of that Twitter account and I started scrolling.
Ah, yes.
But it was like 3 a.m. or something like that, and I was in bed and I could not sleep, and this didn't help.
There you go. So anyway, there you go. So look, even a child can use it. I could do the voiceover. It's simple.
But they don't show the one that they had to return because the kid fall down the stairs.
Or the one that the kid chopped its fingers off inside the mechanism. Anyway.
But you have to like put your head.
You'd have to be an idiot, yes.
Which
is possible. But certainly no one from this environment that we're talking now, so I can show it quite confidently. Hey Graffit, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, so easy, even a child can use it. Just ask Stumpy.
Who's Stumpy?
The person that's lost their fingers in the mechanism. This is Brian Vines being funny as usual.
Okay. We have to invite him over
yeah,
again.
of course. There's a couple of people that we should invite. Brian, because of the fiasco that was edition 8 or episode 8, and then 8.5, and then 8.75 or something. There was 3 parts. Yeah, it's only $19.99 plus $1,000 delivery.
You know that here in Spain, like I've mentioned you that we are really clever with cheating and
cheating the system.
Yes, so there is the law doesn't allow you to resell tickets for the football
Understood.
Games.
Yeah.
But when there is a big game, it's a very lucrative business.
Yes.
Reselling the ticket.
Of course.
So what people do is put pens on eBay for like say 500 euros or 1,000 euros.
With free
and
tickets.
as a gift with the pen, there comes a ticket for the football.
Correct.
Which
yeah.
is completely legal.
Oh, absolutely. 20 years ago, 30 years ago actually, there was a hardware store owner. Hardware? There was a hardware store owner who wanted to open on a Sunday. But back 30 years, Sunday all the shops were closed, right?
Yes.
So he did something similar. He fought to have the right. But there was it was either piano shop or something else that also wanted to open. Once the hardware shop opened, Heliurax, I think it was called. Anyway, by the by, the piano shop said, well, if he's allowed to open, we want to be open as well. And they said, no, no, you have to be a this or this or this. So they started selling books. Get a free piano. Same thing exactly. And it was legal. It was frowned upon, but it was legal, but not in the spirit of the law.
That happened to me on Austria, not this summer, the summer before this one. I was with my wife and my small kid, and he needed diapers.
Yes.
So we found, it was like, I think it was a Sunday afternoon, and we found a Spar supermarket open, a supermarket.
Yeah.
And my wife waited for me outside, and I entered to buy diapers. And the entire section where the diapers and all that kind of stuff was on sale, there was like a sign, a small sign, saying something in German, like kind of don't go in or something like that. And all the shelves that had the diapers were with curtains, covered with curtains.
Really?
And I saw through one of the cracks between the curtains, I saw the diapers. I'm from Spain. I went in and I took the diapers because my baby
needs diapers.
I'm a responsible adult. I will not cheat unless my baby needs diapers. That's where I draw the line. So I went in and I took the diapers, went to the cashier. They didn't say anything. They charged me for the diapers and I went out. And then I later discovered that it is because depending on which kind of products you sell, you can open or not open on a Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
So they could open on the Sunday afternoons. They had an entire system of covering the stuff and putting signs, so they would not be against the law. But the machines could still charge you for the products that they were not sell.
Okay.
So they didn't went the extra step of not allowing Spanish people to break the law.
Well, they're so used to the Spanish people breaking the law. Why stop them?
Yeah. But what?
Go. No, tell.
No, I was going to say that they don't have machines to ensure that you bought a ticket on the underground, for example.
Yeah.
Which.
Yeah, when I bought recently Phil Collins tickets for my mother-in-law and my wife to go and see in February, my wife rang me in a panic and said, "Have you ordered the tickets yet?" I said, "No, they're not on sale till 1 p.m. And she said, "Girls at work have already bought them. It's 10 o'clock." And I said, "They haven't bought it from the legitimate shops or online." Anyway, so I sent her in Australia, the ACCC, the Consumer Watchdog, where they've identified a particular company for pre-selling tickets that they don't have yet. So they try and buy the tickets after they've got the orders and then sell them at outrageous prices. And then people have to fight to get their money back. But the gist of it was that I went through legal channels, no stress, tickets arrived, whereas the girl at my wife's work, she's still fighting to get her money back. So that's a slight problem. What I was going to say before when we were just finishing up, I was going to say hi to Ben. Hawk 3D Proto is in the channel. Willie 3D, Wiles 3D, my apologies. Matt Johnson, who else we got? Mr. Buttram, also another Walter show. people that I know
Hey,
from Walter's channel.
did
Um,
I,
go on.
did you remember when I told you that I don't know if I mentioned it or not. When I went to this giant land party in the summer, that do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, with the 500
Like
computers in the
five
hall. Yeah,
5,000.
5,000 computers. Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. The tickets got sold like in, I don't know exactly the figure, but it's under 5 seconds. And every year the time is lower.
Okay.
Like imagine 5,000 gigs with macros, scripts, and everything in the browser trying to get the tickets.
Yes. Well,
So they sell like 5,000 tickets in parallel, I guess.
oh, absolutely. Well, the Spice Girls, now that they're coming back together, most of them, there was 700,000 people trying to buy tickets at once for Spice Girls over the weekend.
I wasn't one of them.
No, nor was I.
I'm trying to remember any song.
No, something that I want, what I really, really want.
Yeah, really. That's
Something.
not something that I want.
Wellbot, 700,000 suckers. G'day, Jeff Slater.
Now that I know that what PC is, that's not PC. Do you know? I watched an entire episode of South Park where they did mock the PC and the people that is PC, and I didn't know what PC was.
Oh, political correctness.
Yeah, but I at the time I didn't know that, and I did get. I did get nothing.
So you need to rewatch that episode in its entirety and give us a review next week.
A review from an outdated episode of South Park.
Yeah, correct. Very good.
I enjoyed it very much.
Okay. They are quite funny, some of them. I don't watch a lot, but I have seen a couple. Okay.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room that no one can see yet.
Yes.
All right. So last week, I copped a hammering about using Tinkercad and doing something a completely unconventional way, and that was the cylinder with multiple sides and rotation and duplication. Anyway, having said that, through the week, Pooch, or Repcord, as you would know, his son, was given a task, and that is, hey, this handle's broken, go make me a new one. And the kid did. I don't know if the child's name is there, but doesn't matter. But there's the broken part. There's the replacement part. There's his son doing the change, or doing the designing in Tinkercad, obviously with jagged edges around all the circles, because they're going to have flat sides. And there's the end result. Pooch's son is 9 years old, and there was no instruction.
That's really impressive.
No instruction whatsoever.
Nothing.
None.
Impressive.
And,
really impressive.
And there's the part in action.
Wow.
All right. So.
That's a big drill press.
Oh yeah.
Or a really, really small kid.
Yeah, exactly. So I happened to make a comment, being a bit smart. Excellent. Tinkercad for the win. Take that, Ivan Miranda. And look, there was a round of applause from Ivan Miranda. He acknowledged that Tinkercad has a place in the world. It might not have been the place that I originally thought. But then again, today, this popped in my feed. This is Crasher Ox. Crasher does modelling in Tinkercad of, as you can see, Batman and superheroes, and go on.
Has he replied to you on how to make those smooth curves that you saw on one of his tweets?
Well, if you actually look at this one, so this is quite, the chest pieces and the abdomen are quite smooth. You can tell, yeah.
Yes.
Right. Now you can't do that in Tinkercad. Well, he couldn't until I did my smooth bits. So I said,
he
look,
used your.
correct. Well, they look awesome, knowing full well what he'd done. Thanks, JT. I'm using your circle. So he was actually one of the big advocates for what I was doing, because he was saying, hey, shit, this solves a problem.
SpaceX engineers using Tinkercad with your rotation mechanism. I'm seeing it.
Yeah. I understand your point. I did some soul searching.
People keep using that software. That's
not. But people are already using it. So you can.
Now they can make curves and smooth surfaces
in Tinkercad.
In Tinkercad.
Which is their design package of choice. If you look at if you actually look at this guy, well, bugger it, I'll do it. Here, have a look at this guy's page. All he does is modeling. Let's look at his. Well, obviously we've seen that one. Let me move the window across because this is crappy. Or my mouse is having or my computer's having a mild heart attack. There we go. So this is what he does. He does little animations in Tinkercad. Okay, for different things. Let's maybe find his media. That might be more interesting. I don't know what he did there, but he does all sorts of funky stuff. Lot of new curves coming in his repertoire. Let me tell you. Look at the smoothness on these curves that he's never been able to do before. Look at that. I know it's completely irrelevant to what we're talking about, but yeah, that's what he does. He does lots and lots of different. Oh, hello. That's one of the tests we were working on back at the time. Anyway, just thought I'd share. So we've got 2 posts through the last couple of days where a 9-year-old kid has used Tinkercad to fix Dad's drill press, and we've got, in theory, a grown man or woman. I don't actually know, who has taken advantage of the technique purely so they can continue to use Tinkercad. He or she is actually quite worried by the number of points that have now been generated.
It's the monocycle of 3D design softwares.
Yeah, sure, correct. And someone wrote to me, and I think it might have been Bashis, who said it was more the challenge that I wanted to solve than anything else, the accomplishment of solving it. Now let me see who's been saying what and how much shit I'm going to copy here. Wellbot used Tinkercad this week. Oh, in his Ivan song. Okay, we're looking forward to that.
Every time I see his song, I freak out because I think that I forgot to upload the video.
Oh, because you get so many hits on Twitter. How many messages? Very good. Oh, the week's already gone. So from last week's one. Ben Hawk 3D is asking, did anyone take advantage of the 11/11 sale? Well, I might have. I might have bought a G-Tech A10M, which is the 2-color printer. It landed, it was 357 Australian dollars, which is like 12 US dollars or something. No, I think it's $2.99, something like that. My Palette Pro has been delayed until January, I think, and my Quad Fusion Crane Quad is also February, something like that, and I wanted to play with some colour stuff over Christmas, so for the 11/11 sale, I bit the bullet.
And the holographic display that you backed on.
Yeah, Looking Glass. Yeah.
Yes.
No
Did it
idea.
arrive?
No, not yet. I don't think it's expected to arrive for ages. This is the thing with Kickstarter and those. Once I do it, I go right. It'll come or it won't.
Did you see Simon Geert's Kickstarter campaign?
Yes, I didn't fully look into it. I saw what it was about, the little gold stars.
In 1 hour, he doubled the gold.
Ah, yes. I knew it went mental. So this was the touch achievements
Yeah.
thing.
And I really like the thing. It's really well made.
Yeah, yeah. Ben might have brought a printer as well. So
When I saw the Ender 3 for $100, I had to tape the wallet to the table. So,
but don't you have one password that puts your credit card details in for you? I do. It's a keyboard shortcut.
No.
It makes it even worse.
Yes.
PayPal is even worse when you say yes, do it automatically. Thank God my wife doesn't do online shopping.
No, I told you I want to expand my digital fabrication abilities. I mentioned that on Patreon. I was going to make a new printer, a new big printer, but this Mother Hackers printer has trumped half of my will to do it, because this thing it has everything that I want on a 3D printer apart from the size. But I think when I go oversized, I'm going to make a CNC and a big laser.
Okay, so how have you gone with your laser bits? Because you were trying to source laser parts a few weeks ago.
Everything that I need is sold on Amazon.
Ah, okay.
It's the laser tube, the chiller, compressor, power supply, everything. Even the distilled water is sold on Amazon.
Okay. So you once again taped your wallet to the table.
I'm waiting for the right moment. Before I do that, I have to invest on the winterization of this place before I die of a frostbite or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Black Friday sales is coming up, no, for the US? I don't know what Black Friday... It must be coming soon, though.
Yes. Today was... What was... Today was Blue Monday, or what was...
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's have a look who's saying what. What mods have you done to your A8, Ricky, Tanner? I liked my A8. It was really good. Like, from a learning point of view, it was fantastic. Yeah, the Ender 3 went way down. I know, it's just bloody frightening.
But it isn't a bad printer, I think.
Which one?
The Ender 3.
Ender 3? No, not at all.
It is just that it's as cheap as the design is, so it's the same design as any other printer.
Yeah.
There is nothing more than the materials now on the price of the printer.
Yeah. So Ricky just pretty much reinforced the frame. Okay, cool.
Yes. I have at least one question.
Yep.
How was the horse race? Because now it has been.
Okay,
already,
so
right?
Melbourne Cup. We got our holiday.
I keep calling it the horse race.
Yeah, that's all right. The horse race. We got a holiday. A poor horse died.
No way.
Yeah, broke its shoulder, so they had to put it down. It injured itself, and they had to euthanize it. Euthanize. They killed the horse. I think I didn't see it, but the race where they shoot horses. Every race where a horse gets damaged, they shoot them or something.
In place, like on TV?
No, they put screens. They literally put... Yes!
I don't know what I'm complaining about. We have bullfighting.
Correct, yes. Yeah, which is not a sport at all, as we've discussed before.
No.
A sport would be a naked man against a naked bull.
In a circular with no
exits, no hidey holes, exactly.
Yes. Just a round wall.
Yep.
I will. Yeah. No, I will not watch that. It will be a massacre. Yeah.
Yeah, the horse broke down through the race, Jeff, and they realised something was amiss. So apparently it wasn't fixable. Um, Anywho, so that was the thanks for bringing the entire stream down on that conversation. No, but it was fine. You know, I got a day off.
I didn't ask you about the dead horse.
I know. But
it
it completely poured down rain in the morning, so the track was completely wet. I didn't even watch it. Like I was working, I think, at the time.
So it is not like Formula One that when it rains you want it to watch it more.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, I watched the Brazil race just before this stream. I've got 2 hours before the stream. Yes, I can fit that in, no problem. And I had a news blackout all day, so I didn't see it. But funnily enough, one of the tabs I brought up earlier for tonight's stream actually had an ad with the winner in it, and just in case no one's yeah. So luckily I'd watched it. It annoys me so much because it was on at 4 a.m. for my time, which the last few have been a bit odd because it's been America and so on. But yeah.
But this is the end of the season, I think.
Yeah,
right?
one more. Abu Dhabi. I think there's only one more. We're getting close, so yeah.
I used to watch it, but I don't anymore.
Yep. Yes, Chris Mayhew, welcome and thank you for one more. Abu Dhabi is the
Abu Dhabi.
the last one.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's roughly time. You got any wise words for us?
No, we can talk about the U.S. elections if you want, but if not.
Nah. Zero interest.
But it's like a soap opera.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to get into politics at all.
Oh no! Not the politics part.
Yes.
But the crazy shit that is going on. I don't care from which party. Is epic. Is this? I watched it because like when you watch like. I don't know, like Big Brother or something like that. Like,
oh, okay. Reality TV show.
When you're reaching the end of the show, and there is less and less people, but you know that by the time that they have spent in it, they are going to do super crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because they've lost their mind. Like I tune in I watch the Colbert Report and so on, because I want to see. What can they do that is even worse than the day before?
Yes, I understand.
Like that's like watching football. Like, but it's an entire country, but watching football. Soccer.
Yes, I knew what you meant. Soap has some value or some entertainment value. Soap opera very slippery. Yes, I hate politics too.
Now they have to start complaining, like saying, "I watched your show to escape from the reality and the politics and the rest of the shows," and like.
Anyway, our leaders get tossed out every year by their own party. So I can't talk. We've had 5 prime ministers. A prime minister is meant to have a 4-year term. Okay, we've had 5 prime ministers in 5 years. Because the party doesn't change necessarily, but the leader does.
And why did they thrown away? Because they find out that he's corrupt or something like that.
No. They think they're not going to win the next election because of his popularity. So there was a scenario recently where the one that was ousted most recently, maybe 3 months ago, it was 51 the opposition, 49 his party. So they got rid of the leader because they were losing. They're now 35. So they went from 49 to 35 popularity.
But you see, I'm laughing because it's not my country.
Yeah, of course.
We have our own shit.
Yeah, don't we all?
Oh. But I don't think that in Finland they are as worried as us, I think.
In Finland?
Yes,
Why?
for example.
Or Sweden? Or
Or Sweden, yes.
all of those countries seem to have their shit together.
More or less, but the thing is that I talk about this with my family all the time. Like, we have corrupt politicians because the citizens are corrupt. In Finland, the other day we were watching a show on the TV, and I don't know if it was Sweden or Finland, but the thing is that if you had a TV in your home, or 2 TVs or 3 TVs, you had to go to a government place and say, I have 1 TV, I want you to charge me taxes for that 1 TV.
Ah, okay.
If that happened in Spain, no single, there will be like...
There's no television, in Spain. Yeah.
Like,
One of
if they have that system and they can recollect taxes from TVs, they had a head start on not having shitty politics.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they know at least how to be civilized and behave.
One of my mates is Greek, and he was over there when the Greek economy was at its lowest a couple of years ago, and
Yes.
he said to me, the government charges tax if you have a swimming pool. You pay tax on if you've got a swimming pool. Now the swimming pools are quite obvious if you're in a plane, or you have a drone, or you have a tall ladder. There's swimming pools everywhere. It was calculated that something less than 10% of the people put their hand up and said, yes, I've got a swimming pool, even though even though you can see the bloody thing.
And the thing is that the government started using satellite imagery from Google Maps. I'm not saying that hiring a satellite just to do the photo.
No, of course.
Using Google Maps imagery to find the people that had a swimming pool. And I'm pretty sure that they had like collectives of swimming pool owners that sue the government because they used unauthorized ways of knowing that they had pools.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's because that's what in Spain would have happened. Like, you found that I had a swimming pool using Google Maps, and that's illegal, and I will sue you, so I don't have to pay the taxes from my pool.
Right. Man, people are shifty.
But I think that doesn't happen on Finland.
No, because they don't have swimming pools because it'd be ice.
No, but I think they tax ice rinks.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Very good. All right. How are you going? How are you going for time?
I have to do so much stuff that I
know. Now, Brian's asked, is there a JTOG 16 challenge?
Oh, right.
I'll post it out. We'll have a chat after this, and I'll tweet it out.
Follow JAYTEE on Twitter, which I'm pretty sure that you all do.
I think most of these buggers do for some reason. I don't know quite why, but okay. Yes, but it'll go out. I'll send out for JTOG 16 challenge. Unless anyone wants to actually propose one right now, you've got 1 minute.
Oh, I have the challenge.
Oh, forget that. Forget everything I just said.
Yes. I want to see the tallest freestanding tower of spoons.
Spools.
No glue, no magnets, no ropes, no strings, no tape, no nothing. Only in a flat surface, freestanding tower of spoons.
So, what about those people that have donated all of their spools to charity now that they don't have spools to enter into our lovely competition with no prizes?
I said spoons, not spools.
Yeah, spools. Filament spools.
No, spoons.
Ah, I thought you meant empty spools. Spoons?
No. Spoons.
Okay. Freestanding. Spoons.
Freestanding.
So
No tape.
spoon inside spoon or spoon on top of spoon?
No, I don't really care. Spoons.
I'm doing spools.
You might you might win because you have lots of spoons.
Yeah.
You might win because all your friends brought their spoons to your house.
I
You
might
might
win
because you are really good at piling spoons. I don't care.
or it's not quite as good as benchies. Spools are easier, yes, Spike. Chris Riley, his wife, did some benchies stacked up on.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, that's Chris Riley's wife who did that. So spoons, fuck, spoons, not spools.
Spoons. Sorry, spoons.
Spoons, mate. Spoons. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wellbot, you need one of those big wooden salad spoons. That's a wall decoration, and you put that on its end.
Freestanding.
Freestanding. I understand. Yes, Benga. Brian, did you know that was me that quoted Benga, or initiated Benga? And well, it was Benchy and Jenga. You know the Jenga with the blocks?
Okay,
and I said Benga. Yes, it was I, and Chris adopted it with my. Not that he needed my blessing. I said, "Well, what about blah?" And he said, "Yes, that'll do." All right, that's it. Ivan's on a time mission. Thank you, one and all. Very good stream. You know, thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that. Yes. Throw all of your monies at us. There is no mechanism for throwing monies at us. Don't bother.
Yes, we have put several ways of that you can throw money at us. So please do it.
Yes. Yes, we have a tin can with a slot, and if you have a coin, you may put it in the tin can.
I have walls where you can stick the money on.
Okay, good. All right. Photos are acceptable. Probably illegal, but
Please send us through Twitter the photographs of the money that you are going to give us.
yes, correct. That would be fine, but make sure you don't break any local laws or federal laws by photographing currency. You're not reproducing it, but if you do a realistic, I think in Australia, I think if you take a good enough photo, you can get in trouble. Although, because Australia has pioneered the polymer banknote, it's not really an issue for us now, and Canada, who adopted our technology. That's a whole other conversation. Okie dokes. Thanks again. We will see you all soon. Let me prepare the outro, which is here somewhere. There it is.
And start asking your friends for spoons.
Spoons. Yes, spoons. All right. And then 17 might be spools. We'll figure it out. Yeah, print some money. That sounds like an idea.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, everybody.